Challenge accepted.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
I might audible, I'll use Omaha! Red Polly! Blue Poncho! Do it! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here, Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Sally, Buffalo! Check! Hey, Short Ox! Luda Raiders! Omaha! I'm out!
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball every Friday night, first pitch to last pitch, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in socially distanced dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com, Armchair Quarterbacks 1. You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com, Armchair Quarterbacks 1. Armchair Quarterbacks Radio, living in an era of baseball where the impossible is unfolding right before our eyes.
Salvador Perez, the 2-2. Sandoval, in foul territory. Giants win. A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants. For the third time in the last 5 years. And their hero, Madison Bumgarner. The 1-2 again. Inside 2015 World Champion. This is going to be a tough play. Brian makes the play. It's over. And finally won it all.
The game right now is at the plate. High fly ball. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Armchair. It's important to remember the value of taking time for ourselves, to do the things that help us grow and explore, like learning something new. And now with the Great Courses Plus, it's never been easier to experience the joys of learning. The Great Courses Plus offers thousands of streaming videos that cover hundreds of fascinating topics, from World War II to choosing the perfect wine. You can even take a course on the U.S. government or dealing with stress and anxiety. And because the Great Courses Plus partners with world-class professors and experts, you're always receiving thoroughly vetted, high-quality content from every lecture. Plus, you can watch or listen anytime, anywhere with the Great Courses Plus app. So take a little time for you. Sign up for the Great Courses Plus today for a free month of unlimited access. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio to get started. That's thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Remember, if for any reason you must leave your radio, please have the man at the door stamp your ear so you can listen again later.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the AFC South and NFC South along with the rest of the NFL. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
I might audible, I'll use Omaha! Red Polly! Blue Poncho! Do it! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here, Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Chop, Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Sally, Buffalo! Check! Hey, Short Ox! Luda Raiders! Red Omaha! How about?
This portion of the show is being brought to you by the best things in life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
Dread running to the post office? Stamps.com brings post office and UPS services right to your computer. Send letters, ship packages, and get up to 40% off USPS and up to 62% off UPS rates. Nearly 1 million small businesses use Stamps.com to save time and money. It's a no-brainer. So skip the post office and visit Stamps.com.
Hi, this is Britney Spears.
What up, this Jay-Z.
This is Jennifer Lopez. Armchair.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Armchair Quarterback Radio, the gunslingers of sports talk.
And here's second-year quarterback Brett Favre out of Southern Mississippi by way of the Atlanta Falcons. They are hopeful he can succeed in the NFL. Here, Brett Favre, you want a challenge? Try this one. But with their best receiver out of the game, from the 35, 19 seconds left. Ball punch throws, touchdown! Is there a spark of life in Green Bay?
Yes! Danny Marino!
Here's Marino, wide open field, throws for a touchdown. It is number 37 on the season, breaks the all-time NFL record.
Going deep and open.
They are going to bring pressure again. Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer. Stop it, ball, please.
TGIF on the Armchair Quarterbacks. Justin Waller and Mac McGee are back at it 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern every Friday evening right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel and your local CBS Sports affiliates. We're talking the NFL, Major League Baseball, Southern football, so grab you a cold one. It's finally Friday on the Armchair Quarterbacks, 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern. Waller and McGee getting you ready for your sports weekend.
You're listening to CBS Sports Radio. We are all sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Strong opinions and your phone calls. Expect it here. CBS Sports Radio.
I think my jersey was one of the top selling jerseys around the world. It was like Kobe, LeBron, and then I was right behind them, and I didn't make a dollar from it, but nor did I want to, because I knew going into college what it was all about. I knew going to my dream school where I wanted to go, the passion for it, and if I could support my team, support my college, support my university, that's what it's all about. But now we're changing it from us, from we, from my university, from being an alumni where I care, which makes college football and college sports special, to then, okay, it's not about us, it's not about we, it's just about me. And yes, I know we live in a selfish culture where it's all about us, but we're just adding and piling it onto that, where it changes what's special about college football. We turn it into the NFL, where who has the most money, that's where you go. That's why people are more passionate about college sports than they are about NFL. That's why the stadiums are bigger in college than they are in the NFL, because it's about your team, it's about your university, it's about where my family wanted to go. And you're taking that away so that young kids can earn $1. And that's just not where I feel like college football needs to go.
Armchair.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, or all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
mom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Remember, if for any reason you must leave your radio, please have the man at the door stamp your ear so you can listen again later.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the AFC South and NFC South along with the rest of the NFL. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
I might audible. If I audible, I'll use Omaha! Omaha! Red Polly! Red Polly! Blue Poncho! Blue Poncho! Dilly! Rambo! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here, Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Stop, Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Sally, Buffalo! Check! Hey, Short Ox! Luda Raiders! Red Omaha! I'm out!
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
Dread running to the post office? Stamps.com brings post office and UPS services right to your computer. Send letters, ship packages, and get up to 40% off USPS and up to 62% off UPS rates. Nearly 1 million small businesses use Stamps.com to save time and money. It's a no-brainer. So skip the post office and visit Stamps.com.
Hi, this is Britney Spears.
What up, this Jay-Z.
This is Jennifer Lopez. Armchair.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Armchair Quarterback Radio, the gunslingers of sports talk.
And here's second-year quarterback Brett Favre out of southern Mississippi by way of the Atlanta Falcons. They are hopeful he can succeed in the NFL. Here, Brett Favre, you want a challenge? Try this one. So with your best receiver out of the game, from the 35, 19 seconds left. Ball pumps, throws, touchdown! Is there a spark of life in Green Bay? Touchdown!
Yes! Danny Marino!
Here's Marino, wide open field, throws for a touchdown. It is number 37 on the season, breaks the all-time NFL record.
Going deep and open. Touchdown, Mark Duper. Duper has returned, and he is super.
They are going to bring pressure again. Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer. Janice, does he stop it? Oh, please.
TGIF on the Armchair Quarterbacks. Justin Waller and Mac McGee are back at it 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern every Friday evening right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel and your local CBS Sports affiliates. We're talking the NFL, Major League Baseball, Southern football, so grab you a cold one. It's finally Friday on the Armchair Quarterbacks, 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern. Waller and McGee getting you ready for your sports weekend.
You're listening to CBS Sports Radio. We are all sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Strong opinions and your phone calls. Expected here, CBS Sports Radio.
The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2 with but one inning more to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pale-like silence fell upon patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn proceeded, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all. And Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more, there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley. It rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eyes. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once the dun sphere flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said strike two. Fraud, cried the maddened thousands, and echo answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com, Armchair Quarterbacks 1.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
The room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Brave. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
You're in Braves country.
We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop, baby. All throughout Braves country, pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all. Woo!
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball. Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you, Armchair Quarterback Nation? Pull up an armchair, boys and girls. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and we are live, and the scene is Wrigley Field for a 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time first pitch. Charlie Morton is set to take the hill for your Atlanta Braves, who are on a 14-game winning streak. He'll bring a 4-3 record with a 5.67 ERA to the mound and a 1.48 WHIP. 60 innings pitched this year with 66 strikeouts and 26 walks. The last 7, Charlie Morton is 3-0 with a 4.91 ERA and a 1.28 whip with 36 innings and 48 strikeouts. His ERA in the month of May was much better at 4.60, but in June it has climbed back to 6.55. So he's hoping to right the ship in Wrigley Field. Of course, day games, the ball's normally carrying out in the summer. We'll see how that's affected today. It looks like the wind is blowing out. And he has allowed 3 home runs in the month of June through 2 starts with a .250 batting average against. He's going to go up against Keegan Thompson. Keegan Thompson is 6-2 on the year with a 3.67 ERA. By far the Cubs' best pitcher so far this season. But in his last 7, he's 4-2 with a 5.88 ERA. And in the month of June, he has a 13 ERA through 3 starts with a 3.42 batting average against and a 2.22 whip. So Braves country's hoping for more of the same, though Keegan Thompson is looking to get back to where he was prior to the month of June. Last time out, he barely went a couple of outs before he was pulled against the New York Yankees. Of course, the New York Yankees offense is nothing like the rest of Major League Baseball, so he's hoping to fare a little better today, and we are getting set for Braves baseball. The Braves will be the road team, obviously, so they're going to be leading off today, and Ronald Acuna Jr. is leading off for the Atlanta Braves today. He's playing right field. Dansby Swanson batting second and playing short. Austin Riley batting third and playing third. And Matt Olson batting cleanup and is at first base. Behind the plate today and batting fifth is Travis d'Arnaud. Ozuna is batting sixth, and he's the designated hitter. Duvall is your left fielder and batting seventh. Orlando Arcia, who has been red hot, filling in for the injured Ozzy Albies, and he is playing second base. And Michael Harris II is playing center field and batting ninth with an 8.94 OPS to get his young career going. We'll do the Cubs lineup in the bottom of the inning. The Cubs defense looks like this in the outfield going left to right. It'll be Happ, Morrell, and Jason Hayward. In the infield, Gomes is behind the plate. Like we say, Keegan Thompson is on the mound. And around the horn going third to first, you'll have Wisdom, Horner at short, a familiar name in Andrelton Simmons at second, and Schwindel is the first baseman. The Atlanta Braves are wearing their road grays, top to bottom, with Atlanta across the chest and a tomahawk underlining it, all the lettering in red. The Chicago Cubs are wearing their City Connect uniforms, so that they kind of look like an NFL color rush out there, with top to bottom blue pants, blue shirt, and Wrigleyville across the chest. Stepping up to the plate now, and we're getting ready for first pitch, is Ronald Acuna Jr., and he's digging in, getting set. Thompson looks in as the crowd is still shuffling in, and the first pitch is high for a ball, 95 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Atlanta on that 14-game winning streak, as we said. More on that in a minute. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it swung on and missed. High fastball, and it evens the count at 1-1. The Atlanta Braves come in to today's game. 1-1 delivery from Thompson. Fastball outside past the plate and below the knees. It's 2-1. They're 4.5 games behind the New York Mets, who won last night. In dramatic fashion, they came back and beat the Milwaukee Brewers. 2-1 pitch is a fastball blown right by Acuna, and it's 2-2. Thompson, 4 pitches and 4 fastballs. Here's the 2-2 delivery from Thompson, and a bit of a delay as home plate umpire gave a slight hold, and the 2-2 delivery is on the way, and it's 2-2. Fouled back, and we'll keep it right there at 2-2. Ronald Acuna Jr. batting .284 on the year. Bit of a slump here recently. Braves come in 4.5 behind the Mets, 4 games in front of the Phillies, and 7.5 in front of the Marlins. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, and it's going to dump into right field just over the outstretched glove of the first baseman, Schwindel, and the Atlanta Braves have a leadoff single to get it going. Braves looking for win number 15 in a row against the Chicago Cubs. In the wild card standings, the Braves are 3 games back of the first of the top wild card position, which is now held by the Los Angeles Dodgers, as the Padres have been on an absolute roll. So your wild card standings, Dodgers have the first slot, Braves have the second slot, 3 games behind LA, as Swanson digs in, and the first pitch is a 91-mile-an-hour sinker, swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. And the Braves have a 1-game lead over the third and final wild card spot of the San Francisco Giants. On the outside looking in, you got the Milwaukee Brewers 2.5 behind San Fran, 2.5, but as the 0-1 pitch is missed outside for a ball, it's 1-1. That pitch was in the dirt, looked like a curveball. The Braves have a 2.5 game lead over Milwaukee and a 7.5 game lead over Arizona, as Milwaukee is a 1.5 games behind San Fran for the final wild card spot. So that's your standings going into today. And the 1-1 delivery is swung on and banged foul down the third base line, and it's 1-2. Dansby Swanson standing at the plate with a .295 batting average against. He gets set for the 1-2 pitch as Gomes sets up outside, and it is a curveball in the dirt. It's 2-2. Braves nothing, Cubs got nothing. We're just getting going. Welcome to Braves Country Baseball. We're here every Tuesday and Friday night. Today, obviously, is a Friday day game in Wrigley Field. A treat for the local Chicago fans as they get to get themselves a cold beer and call it an early day on Friday afternoons. Dansby Swanson getting ready for the 2-2 delivery from Keegan Thompson, the 11th pitch of the inning. And that ball is hammered high, but out of play, bending foul over the first base dugout about 20 rows back. We'll do it again at 2-2. Beautiful day in Chicago. Not a cloud in the sky. Warm temperatures expected to get pretty high today. Of course, not the humidity that you face in Atlanta. With that, you wonder about the decision for the Cubs to not wear their home whites. Instead, they're wearing the very dark blue Wrigleyville jerseys. 2-2 pitch to Swanson is swung on and missed, strike 3. Nasty cutter. It was on the outer edge of the plate, and there's one away. Got a question here. Would you take under 8.5? I think I would take the over. I know Keegan Thompson's pretty good, but Charlie Morton's given up a lot of runs. The Braves offense has been hot. I think 8.5 is where I would go. Here's the first pitch on the way, and it is a fastball taken for a strike high. It's 0-1. Looks like the wind is blowing out too today, James, by just looking at the flags. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Austin Riley. Riley swung on and hammers that ball foul, ricocheted back to the third baseman. He took it around the horn, but it's 0-2. That wind is pretty strong. It's kind of circling around, but if that wind gets out towards Wrigley, we might get a high scoring ball game today. So you had an 0-2 count to Austin Riley. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed, strike 3, and they're going to gun it down to first base to try to get Acuna napping. He dives under the tag, and there's 2 away. To Keegan Thompson, as advertised, hard thrower. 2 strikeouts already. And that brings up the left-handed bat of Matt Olson. Matt Olson batting .248 on the year, 8 home runs, 31 RBI. Thank you for subscribing, James. And here is the first pitch. Thompson's going to turn and flip it over to first to keep Acuna close by. Probably a good idea because you got to figure Acuna might be going now that there's 2 outs. Try to get in scoring position. Here's the first pitch, and it is outside, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Cubs are playing a full shift with 3 defenders to the far right of second base, all by his lonesome. In between third and second is Horner. The 1-0 pitch is missed as a cutter was pumped through for a strike. It's 1-1. Only one other game going on right now. There was a doubleheader scheduled. A lot of this is the makeups for the holdout or the lockout at the beginning of the season. So Philly and Washington, they are in the bottom of the 4th. The Phillies lead Washington 4-1. Thompson throws back over to first to keep Acuna close by. 18th pitch of the inning. Thompson fires and delivers, and it's off the plate. But Blue calls that a strike. It's 1-2. Roberto Ortiz behind the plate today. At first base, you got Doug Eddings. Bill Miller is your second baseman, and Jeremy Riggs is manning third. 1-2 delivery to Olson is fouled back against the screen behind the plate, and we'll do it one more time at 1-2. Braves nothing, Cubs nothing. Good afternoon to all of you out there listening. Appreciate you stopping in and checking out the action on a Friday afternoon to get your weekend going. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that ball is hammered to the left side, but right at the shortstop Horner. He flips it to second, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves get the leadoff runner on, but fail to score. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Charlie Morton's heading to the mound.
Triple decker burn!
Armchair Quarterback Radio, your home for the SEC.
Back third down on the 8. In trouble. Got a block behind him. Gonna throw and a run. Complete to the 25. To the 30. Lindsey's got 35, 41. Lindsey, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Lindsey stop.
Second down from the 3. Comes the pitch. Quick flip. Caught. The official says yes. Oh, boy, is that going to be controversial. Gaffney, the freshman. My goodness. The Florida Gators go 91 yards to come from behind and edge the Tennessee Volunteers in an ending that will be talked about for years.
SEC. World air quality is at an all-time low.
But hey, that doesn't mean you can't have a little fun.
New from Mattel, it's the greenhouse gas gun. Do you hate the snowman next door? Use the greenhouse gas gun. Want to off an entire room full of tree huggers? Use the greenhouse gas gun. There is simply no end to the amount of fun and respiratory disease you can have with the greenhouse gas gun.
Armchair.
By the end of the Civil War, baseball was the national pastime, North and South, West as well as East. Soldiers took the game home with them, and it grew.
It's our game. That's the chief fact in connection with it. America's game has the snap, go, fling of the American atmosphere. It belongs as much to our institutions, fits into them as significantly as our Constitution's laws, is just as important in the sum total of our historic life. Walt Whitman.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves set to take the field, and the defense looks like this. Left to right in the outfield is Duvall, Harris, and Acuna. Around the horn, Riley, Dansby, Arcia, and Olson. Travis d'Arnaud is behind the plate, and Charlie Morton is on the mound with a 5.67 ERA, 1.48 whip, and 4-3 on the season. Morel is the leadoff batter for Chicago today, and the first pitch is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Christopher Morel batting .283 with 5 home runs on the year. The center fielder swings and misses at the curveball outside. It's 0-2. Braves nothing, Cubs nothing. We're just getting going here in the bottom of the first inning. Standing on deck is Contreras. Here's the 0-2 pitch and swung on and missed. Strike 3. Curveball got him chasing, and there's one away. Contreras is the older brother of William Contreras of the Atlanta Braves. William not in the lineup today. We do expect to see a Contreras versus Contreras at some point on the weekend. Wilson is about to hit free agency. There's talk about possibly trading him. He could bring a lion's share as one of the best catchers in the game. He's batting .276 on the year, 12 home runs, 26 RBI. He's a designated hitter today, but a lot of times is behind the plate. First pitch is a fastball on the outer edge, taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Batting third today for the Cubs is Patrick Wisdom, the third baseman. Ian Happ is the cleanup hitter, left fielder. 0-1 pitch from Charlie Morton. Fastball drifts inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Nico Horner, the shortstop, is batting fifth. Gomes behind the plate is your seventh batter for the Cubs. Jason Hayward, the ex-Atlanta Brave, is batting eighth. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is a called ball. Looked like a changeup that just missed inside. It's 2-1. Andrelton Simmons, the second baseman, longtime Braves shortstop, is batting ninth and playing second for Chicago today. 2-1 delivery to Contreras is a cutter banged inside for a foul. It's 2-2. Later on tonight, Miami and the Mets. Marlins and Mets start a 4-game series. It's a wraparound series. They'll play today, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. Another one of those games being made up from earlier in the year. 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A 98-mile-an-hour fastball that went right down Main Street. And there's 2 away. That'll bring the third baseman, Patrick Wisdom, to the plate. Wisdom kind of plays all over, but today is manning the hot corner for the Cubbies. Chicago Cubs in the all blue today. Dark blue pants, dark blue top with the light blue socks and shoes. First pitch is a curveball outside, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Wrigleyville across the chest. Of course, that is referring to the party zone that's right outside Wrigley Stadium. 1-0 pitch is the curveball at the knees, taken for a strike. It's 1-1. So far, so good for Charlie. What I'm seeing from him that we haven't seen a lot of, and hopefully he can continue it, his curveball seems to be actually hitting. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a fastball, 96 mile an hour, swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. If he can place that curveball, which he was doing later in the year last year, it's a tough customer. It's when he gets to where he can't get the feeling for it. As the fastball is low and away, it's 2-2. You got the College World Series beginning today. U.S. Open in men's golf. We're going to keep you abreast of all the action. Get you set for tonight with some pitching matchups. Here's the 2-2 pitch for Charlie, and it's a fastball at the knees. Yak him. Strike 3, sit him down. So 3 up, 3 down. Charlie Morton strikes out the side. We'll be back in a flash.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop, baby. All throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all. Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights, this baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
1868. Somehow or other, they don't play ball nowadays as they used to some 8 or 10 years ago. I don't mean to say that they don't play it as well, but I mean that they don't play with the same kind of feelings or for the same objects they used to. It appears to me that ball matches have come to be controlled by different parties and for different purposes than those that prevailed in 1858 or 1859.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. Your Atlanta Braves and Chicago Cubs are tied up at 0 apiece heading to the top of the second inning. And the first pitch is outside for a ball to Travis d'Arnaud. It's 1-0. Travis d'Arnaud, 262 on the year, 8 home runs, swings at the 1-0 pitch and gives it a high but playable deep into center field, and underneath it is the center fielder Morel to put the first out on the board in the Braves' second. See the talk on the money lines and the over-unders. Now the wind has changed directions. Now it's blowing in. Earlier it was blowing out, so I don't know what the forecast is for today. If you get the wind blowing in, then the under may hit. I'm just going off the fact that Charlie Morton has struggled mightily this year, and the fact that Thompson, though very good, has struggled his last 3 outings. First pitch is a fastball, top of the zone, taken for a strike by Marcell Ozuna, batting .233 on the year, and it's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way, curveball outside, and it's 1-1. I myself took the Braves on the money line on a leg parlay with taking the Nationals scoring under 4.5 runs as a team total. The 1-1 delivery is on the way, and it is a fastball off the plate, and it's now 2-1. 2-1 delivery from Thompson to Ozuna is a fastball just off the plate. That might have been his cutter, and it's now 3-1 to Marcel. Marcel gets into one. We'll know about that win really quickly, because if he can't get it out with a hard swing, nobody can. The 3-1 pitch from Thompson is off the plate and wide, ball 4. That cutter's just missing the zone, and it's a 5-pitch walk to Marcel. That'll bring up Adam Duvall to the plate. Adam Duvall batting 7th, and he's been a little hot of recent. Has raised his batting average to 206 overall. So remember, he was batting in the 180s not too long ago. Braves play a 3-game series here in Chicago, and the next week, a big 7-game homestand, 4 against San Fran, 3 against the Dodgers. First pitch to Duvall is a fastball right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Duvall, 5 home runs on the year. Starting in left field, which is where he's starting today. Batting 267 while playing there, excuse me. The 0-1 pitch is inside for a ball. It's now evens up at 1-1. The prevailing theory is that Duvall will get his stroke back now that he'll regularly be in center field, assuming Michael Harris stays healthy and productive. 1-1 pitch to Duvall is a cutter on the outer part of the plate, swung on a miss. It's 1-2. Duvall, who traditionally was a left fielder, most of his career, he did play a little bit of infield, but the center field, though he can play it well, it takes more of a toll on you. And most folks think that that's why he was off to such a slow start. Harris, much younger and has played center field growing up the whole time, is doing a phenomenal job in centers. The 1-2 pitch misses low and outside. It's 2-2. So the hope in Braves country is Duvall will really get to getting his batting average up, his power numbers up. And from time to time, I would expect they're going to try to give him a day off. You put Ozuna in left. They've tried Contreras out in left, though he didn't play that great. I don't think he was that bad. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way, and fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. And there's 2 away in the Atlanta second. Keegan Thompson will now face Orlando Arcia, who's batting .375 in limited action so far with 3 home runs. He's had a hot bat this week. He's come on for Ozzy Albies. First pitch to Arcia is off the plate, taken for a ball, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. Thompson looks in, gets the sign from Gomes. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that ball is rifled but foul against the screen. Good thing those screens are there. That would have taken someone's head off. It evens the count at 1-1. Arcia is slugging .607 on the year. Not a bad ad if you're needing help in any of your fantasy baseball leagues. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that ball is banged to the left-hand side. Easy play for Horner. He scoops and flips it over to Simmons, and that'll end the inning. So the Atlanta Braves put another runner on, but failed to score. We head to the bottom of 2. Ian Happ is on the way to the plate.
We can't urban darn your frazzle dazzle.
You don't want to miss as we covered the entire NFL on Armchair Quarterback Radio.
12-0 Chicago Bears. If they could go all the way, they would be 19-0. The last undefeated team in pro football history, these Miami Dolphins. 72, 14-0 regular season. After the Super Bowl, they were 17-0. For a third down and 6. Cooper, Moore, and Clayton. Out of the way. Into the arms of Clayton. Oh, and are things going right for the Dolphins tonight? 42-yard touchdown, batted into the air at the line of scrimmage. This is vintage Monday Night Football. Final seconds ticking off. Bears will not go undefeated. What a victory for the Dolphins. And Dan Marino reigns supreme once again.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
What must be the contempt for those who would degrade our great national game and make it a business? When such becomes the case, farewell to baseball. The excitement which is at present attendant on these contests will cease. Then the game itself will gradually but surely die out. Philadelphia City Item.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. And the first pitch by Charlie Morton is a curveball at the knees to Happ, taken for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. College Baseball World Series has gotten going, and Oklahoma's pounding Texas A&M 8-0 in the top of the second inning. 0-1 deliveries, a fastball pipe right past Happ for a strike, 96 miles an hour, and it's 0-2. Good Friday afternoon to everybody. Appreciate you tuning in to Braves Country Baseball. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's a fastball right there at the knees. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that'll sit him down. Charlie Morton's 4th strikeout in as many batters to start the game. We saw this from Max Fried the other night. Remember, he started off with 5 consecutive strikeouts, and you liked it, but what you hated about it was it really drove his pitch count up. Here's the first pitch inside to Schwindel, fastball that drifted off the plate. It's 1-0. So today you've got 2 teams from the Big 12 in Oklahoma and Texas playing today, as the 1-0 pitch is a curveball outside. It's 2-0. Later on tonight, Notre Dame of the ACC will take on number 9 Texas of the Big 12. Here's the 2-0 pitch outside, taken for a ball. Looked like the cutter, and it's 3-0. Tomorrow in College World Series at 2 and 7 p.m., 3-0 pitch is a fastball at the knees, taken all the way with Schwindel. It's 3-1. Arkansas, the Southeastern Conference, will be taking on number 2 Stanford of the Pac-12. 3-1 pitches swung on and hammered to the left side. Riley's got it. He's charging. He fires it to first. Ball's a little high, but also makes a good grab, and there's 2 away. To be noted, Schwindel was hobbling down the line. I'm going to check and see if he's okay. He's kind of limping away, and he hasn't headed back towards the dugout yet. Almost, I don't like to play doctor, but it almost looks like it could be a hamstring issue, just the way he's limping. So we'll see if he'll stay in the game. I'm not a doctor, but I do play one on Braves Country Baseball. And Schwindel is limping back. The trainer is with him and David Ross, the Cubbies manager. And that's what's taking so long to get to the next batter, who will be Nico Horner once he is off the field, and they'll check him out. Just by the way he's limping, I got to figure that there's going to be a substitution. He's walking really gingerly, and you can't imagine. It's not like he's the designated hitter today. I just can't imagine that he's going to continue. So that might play into hitting the under. What you were asking about earlier, Jim, because Wisdom's a pretty darn good bat. First pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Schwindel's actually going down the tunnel, so it looks like his day's probably over. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it swung on and popped up high. Underneath it is Michael Harris. He's giving chase, charging in it, and makes the catch, and it's out number 3. So 6 up, 6 down so far for Charlie Morton. We head to the top of 3. Harris, Acuna, and Swanson coming to the plate.
Make sure to listen to the armchair quarterbacks. The armchair quarterbacks are good enough for us down here in the bayou. Go Tigers and the armchair quarterbacks.
ACC football covered like no other here on the Armchair Quarterback.
Reggie Gillespie dives into the end zone. The winning points for North Carolina State. And the teams come together in the end zone, pushing, shoving between the pack and the heels as Gillespie has scored the winning points, his 5th rushing TD. But these teams need to be separated. The emotion boils over on the last play of the game as Gillespie goes to the end zone. And it's a sea of Carolina blue and State red.
And Carruthers gets into it, and they've doused him, and now we've got a big brawl out on the field. Marring would have been the 200th victory for Bobby Bowden. Look at this. That's an ugly mess down there. This is ugly. Starting to get it cleared up down there, although there's still some bodies flying around.
ACC football, backyard brawls all year long. Been chomping at the bit ever since I've saw this at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, what am I looking at? This dude's wearing a sports bra. No one else wants to talk about that. Like the announcers didn't bring it up or nothing. They said, that's a really goal. And they start breaking down the goal. Say, screw the goal. Break down the fact that the dude's wearing a sports bra and then showing it off.
Armchair.
Look, we'll happily pay 75 cents to $1.50 to go to the theater. And numbers prefer baseball to theatricals. We must make the games worth witnessing, and there will be no fault found with the price. A good game is worth 50 cents. A poor one is dear at 25. Harry Wright.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, Chicago Cubs are scoreless as we head to the top of 3. P.J. Higgins has came in for Schwindel at first base. The first pitch to Michael Harris in Wrigley Field is swung on, and it's a pop-up high in the sky. Morrell fights the sun in his eyes, and he makes the catch. There's one away. Find it interesting that Christopher Morrell does not use shades. He was fighting that sun, no shades on him. I don't know if he never wears shades, but typically you see center fields with everyone in the outfield wearing shades, but he does not sport them. Looked like he was fighting that a little bit. It's a high sun today. We'll see if he goes back and grabs some shades later on. That'll bring Ronald Acuna Jr. to the plate. He's the lone hit today. He's 1 for 1, a single in the first. In the first pitch, he shows bunt, pulls the ball back. 93-mile-an-hour fastball on the inner top half. It's 0-1. The Cubs playing Acuna to pull in the infield. So Higgins is all by his lonesome over by first. There's that huge gap in between left of second and Higgins. And the 0-1 pitch is a fastball piped in for a strike. It's 0-2. Taryn leads the U.S. Open at 4 under. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's a fastball. Did he go? They're going to say he went around strike 3, and Keegan Thompson's got himself another strikeout. There's one away. Thompson, 3 strikeouts on the game. That'll bring Dansby Swanson to the plate. Since April 22nd, he's batting .335. Wow. First pitch is inside to Dansby, taken for a strike, they're going to say. That looked really inside. It's 0-1. The 0-1 delivery from Keegan is fouled back off the plate and off of Gomes' right knee. It's 0-2. Gomes appears to be okay. Just a slight pause for home plate umpire Roberto Ortiz to dust off the plate. Thompson looking for a quick inning number 3. The 0-2 pitch is just outside. Probably misses the plate by about an inch or two. And it's 1-2. Thompson's only given up 1 hit so far. Pretty economical. This will be his 43rd pitch of the game. So not too shabby starting off. Here's the 1-2 pitch inside, almost gets Dansby. He spins out of the way and then evens the count at 2-2. I think they were looking to get him inside, but I think they were looking to hit the inside part of the zone. That ball got away from Thompson a little bit. The 2-2 delivery from Keegan Thompson with the high socks. He flips the glove and deals, and it's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball off the dish for a ball. It's a full count to Lieutenant Dan. Dansby Swanson, a free agent at season's end. Is he having a year? He will cash in somewhere. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that ball is swung on him, popped back out of play. We'll do it again at 3-2. Braves fans would love to see him extended. I'm not sure if they're going to. He's going to carry a heavy price tag. You still have a lot of other guys you've got to try to re-sign down the road. We'd love to keep him. 3-2 pitches swung on and missed strike 3 as the cutter got him inside, and that'll end the inning. 4 strikeouts so far for Keegan Thompson. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 0-0 in Chicago.
I was going to Columbia, for Christ's sakes. Wants to be some kind of a professional woman like you.
A psychiatrist?
And have to listen to guys like me whine all day.
Here's payoff pitch and swung on and missed. Strike 3. Yak 'em. We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over to first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the chop through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the 2021 World Series. Oh, baby. We have not been into the World Series in 22 years. But come Tuesday night in Houston, we'll have first pitch. Braves Country Baseball, I'm Mac McGee. Go dance in the streets, baby.
Have you ever protested anything?
Sure, every time I get thrown out of the pub.
By the end of the Civil War, baseball was the national pastime, North and South, West as well as East. Soldiers took the game home with them, and it grew.
It's our game. That's the chief fact in connection with it. America's game has the snap, go, fling of the American atmosphere. It belongs as much to our institutions, fits into them as significantly as our Constitution's laws, is just as important in the sum total of our historic life. Walt Whitman.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. I think I might have said bottom of 4. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. I did correct it in the chat. And Charlie Morton is coming to the hill. Morton flips the first pitch in for a strike as it's fouled back 95 miles an hour out of play over the first base dugout. It's 0-1 to Yan Gomes. Gomes batting .250 on the year, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. You might remember Gomes used to be a Washington National. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Gomes, and it's a fastball off the plate, taken for a ball. It's evened up at 1-1. So it's National Mascot Day. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Change up inside, and it's 1-2. Happy National Mascot Day, especially to our mascot Blooper, the Atlanta Braves. You've never seen him live. He is pretty entertaining. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is a fastball off the plate, evens up the count at 2-2. It's also National Cherry Tart or Cherry Pie, National Apple Strudel or Apple Pie. 2-2 pitches, a curveball swung on and missed. Strike 3, foul tipped into the glove. There's one away in the Chicago 3rd. Nice curveball right there at the knees. Barely got a piece of it, but Darno was able to hold on. Along with that, it's also National Root Beer Day. So curious, would you take a cherry pie, apple pie, or root beer float? All 3 of them being today. I got to confess, I'm a root beer float guy. Here's the first pitch, and it is a fastball off the plate, outer part of the plate, taken for a strike to Jason Hayward, batting .205, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Jay Hay is a curveball at the knees, outer edge, and it's quickly 0-2. Charlie Morton with 5 strikeouts already. Standing on deck is the number 9 hitter, Simmons. So you get back-to-back Braves here. Here's the 0-2, and it is missed inside. Fireball, 96 miles an hour. It's 1-2. 1-2 delivery is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Might have just got a piece of that too. Look like that's 2 consecutive foul tips that Darno has held on to. And another strikeout for Charlie Morton. There's 2 away. Yeah, never been a big cherry pie fan. Apple pie is okay. I know that's probably blasphemous. Most people just love apple pie, but I'm more of a root beer float. But it really comes down to I like ice cream over anything. You missed the news. The Mets' Tyler McGill left last night. And remember, he just came back from the IL, their starting pitcher, really good starting pitcher for the Mets. He left yesterday's game against the Brewers with the shoulder injury, and the 1-0 pitch is missed inside just off the plate to Andrelton Simmons, who's batting .167 on the year. It's 2-0. Simmons was late arriving to the Cubs as he was fighting off injury. 2-0 pitch to Simmons is a sinker that hits the zone 95 miles an hour. It's 2-1. Well, the good news, Cleve and me, is you still got 2 more years of Jason Hayward on that deal. Here's the 2-1 pitch inside, taken for a ball 3, 3-1. You think that's bad? I was looking at it yesterday, and so Patrick Corbin was out there getting bombed again by it was the Phillies this time. 3-1 pitches swung on and missed, strike 2, a full count to Andrelton Simmons. To finish that thought, I looked up Corbin because I was like, man, I know he signed a 140 deal. When does that end? He still has 2.5 years left on his $140 million contract as the 3-2 pitch is swung on and popped up high down the right field line, giving chase, but it'll bend into the seats. Acuna is trying to get it down that right field line, but the ball is out of play. We'll do it again at 3-2. This guy has I want to say it's a 6.80 ERA. At the time, the game was 8-0. He'd given up 8 earned runs in like 2 or 3 innings. And I was just curious, how much longer do they have to endure his contract? Because remember, they're trying to pay Juan Soto and bring in free agents. 2.5 more years and $70 million owed. 3-2 delivery from Morton is a fastball swung on. That ball is going to be hammered in between the 5-6 hold for a single for the Chicago Cubs' first hit of the afternoon. His last year of his contract in 2024, get this, Patrick Corbin, who's never lived up to any of his hype off his contract. I remember the Yankees were trying to sign him. I bet they're thinking bullet dodged. He gets $35 million in 2024. Ouch. I think it's 23 this year and 23 or 24 next year, and then 35 to finish it off, somewhere in that neighborhood. First pitch to Morel, the leadoff hitter, is a curveball, outer edge of the plate, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Remember, Morel swung and missed at 2 curveballs wildly in the first time up, and he's getting another dose of it. The 0-1 pitch is a curveball below the knee, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. I don't see why you give Morel anything else in the zone other than a curveball until he proves he can hit it. Of course, Charlie's curveball, when it's clicking, is one of the best in the game. Morton looks in and fires another curveball, swung on, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. And Charlie Morton's racking them up. He's got 7 strikeouts. We head to the top of the 4th. Atlanta and the Cubs are scoreless.
Cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
It was a homeless woman, wasn't it?
It was a homeless woman, yeah. He said that he had to give his kidnappers $500, so he gave her his credit card to go get him $500 and whatever, because none of it turns out that probably wasn't true.
You know what this sounds like to me? It sounds like Allensby got all liquored up and paid a homeless woman $500 to roll around under the bridge with him.
Well, that is exactly what I think happened, because now they got 2 guys coming out saying that they found him unconscious on the side of a road and that they weren't kidnapping him, but he kept yelling at them that, "Do you know who I am? Give me back my wallet. I'm worth $1 million."
Turned out it wasn't a wine bar; it was a strip club. So let's say what really happened here. We've all been there. Well, at least I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I've been there, and
yeah, I don't know if everybody's been under a bridge with a homeless woman giving her $500 after chugging down the line. I've been in similar instances, but I'm not going to say I've been there. First of all, it takes a lot less than $500. Okay, buddy. That's where you got taken right there from the jump.
Armchair.
I declare bankruptcy!
Got lost in the game, in the ballpark, the people, the color, sounds, smells, and it's a passion. It's a very, very big part of my life. Sometimes I like to be 11 years old. I like being part of something that's bigger than me. It's good for your soul to invest in something you can't control.
You're a romantic. You have a lyrical soul. You can love under the best and worst conditions.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch is taken for a strike. I'm sorry, off the plate and wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Austin Riley is stepping in. And the 1-0 delivery is high and outside. It's now 2-0. Riley's 0 for 1 on the day, batting .258 on the year. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that ball will be hit high, but out of play, foul. It's 2-1. Riley, 18 home runs, 19 RBIs. $39 RBIs, excuse me. The 2-1 pitch to Riley, fastball, and he gets a piece of it, but fouls it straight back. It's 2-2. Thompson really challenging Riley. We're here in the early going. Looks like that wind is still blowing in from center field. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is inside, but Riley went around, strike 3, and another strikeout for Keegan Thompson. Thompson with 6 strikeouts on the day. Charlie with 7. 2 pitchers who have struggled recently, really clicking today. I'd say that wind blowing in is giving them a lot of confidence. You got to figure that there's not going to be a lot of balls hit out as long as it's still blowing in. Here's the first pitch on the way to Olsen, and it's a changeup, swung on over and miss, and it's 0-1. Braves with a 3-game series here in Chicago, all 3 day games, 2:20 p.m. Eastern first pitch. The 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 2. Then the Braves come home for a 7-game homestand. That's the good news. The bad news, it's against the 2 teams that had the best records in baseball last year, the Giants and the Dodgers. The 0-2 pitch on the way. High and taken for a ball. It's 1-2. Matt Olson, batting .247 on the year, leads the league in doubles. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and popped up high and deep into right field. The wind's going to push it back. Hayward gives it chase and is underneath it for out number 2. I think on most days that ball is leaving the building. There's 2 away for Atlanta. But Travis d'Arnaud coming to the plate. Wind still blowing in. Doesn't look quite as stiff as it was before, but still a healthy wind. Directly from center field. The first pitch is a fastball, outer edge, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. d'Arnaud, 261, 8 home runs, 28 RBI, and a 770 OPS on the year. The 0-1 pitch is a cutter in the dirt. Wildly gets away with no runners on, no harm, no foul. It's 1-1. d'Arnaud asks for time. He steps out of the box for a second to reset. Thompson fires the 58th pitch of the day in for a fouled strike right there on the hands. It's 1-2. Plesac and the Guardians will be facing Kershaw and the Dodgers tonight. Dodgers find themselves out of first place in the National League West for the first time this year. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that ball is swung on, gets away, but it looks like he just got a piece of it. We'll do it again at 1-2. A faster runner, you'd be hoping that he hadn't touched it. I don't know if d'Arnaud would be able to get to first base or not. Not a whole lot of room behind home plate in Wrigley. Decent amount, but not as much as, we'll say, like a Dodger Stadium or Oakland. The 1-2 pitch is off the plate. Curveball missed wide. It's 2-2. Also in that game with the Mets and Brewers, Andy Ashby left the game for the Brewers starting pitcher with the forearm injury. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That ball is hit hard to the left side, but right to the shortstop. Horner's got it. He flips it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. It's 0-0, Braves and Cubs.
It's not what he said, you ignorant wretch. Spanish is worse than English.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
What the hell's going on out here? Everybody grabbing out there. Nobody touching. Just grabbing, everybody. Grab. Nobody touching.
Welcome to the jungle. Jim Rome on the air, noon to 3 Eastern, only on CBS Sports Radio.
I'm sorry, excuse me 1 second. Hello?
Hi, would you be interested in switching over to TMI long distance service?
Oh, gee, I can't talk right now. Why don't you give me your home number and I'll call you later?
I'm sorry, we're not allowed to do that.
Oh, I guess you don't want people calling you at home.
No.
Well, now you know how I feel.
Harry Wright, a former center fielder for the Knickerbocker Baseball Club, believed there were big profits to be made in baseball. And in 1869, he assembled the very first professional team, Cincinnati Red Stockings. Only one of Wright's Red Stockings actually came from Cincinnati. Most were young New Yorkers, 19 or 20 years old. Wright drilled them in the fundamentals, insisted they be silent and businesslike on the field, and dressed them in knickers to boost their running speed.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves and Chicago Cubs are tied up at 0-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Braves looking to tie the Atlanta Braves win streak record of 2000 at 15. The Bean Eaters of Boston, which later became the Braves, had streaks up to 18 and 17 and 18, but those carry all the way back to the late 1800s. So that would be the modern day mark for the Braves franchise. First pitch to Contreras is fouled back, looked like the sinker, outer edge of the plate. It's 0-1. Wilson Contreras, excuse me, thinking of the Brave, is 0 for 1 on the day, and a 95-mile-an-hour fastball is fouled inside for a strike. Must have been a stinger. Contreras kind of shaking his hand there. It's an 0-2 pitch for Morton, who's looked good so far, is on the way, and it is a curveball. Just got a piece of it. He's to stay alive at 0-2. Looking at the scoreboard, there's only one baseball game, so we'll get to baseball here in a second. In the men's U.S. Open, Callum Tarrant is 4 under, along with David Lingmerth. They're about halfway through their rounds today. Hardy, Scheffler, and Rahm, along with Morikawa, Harmon, and Damon, are all 3 under, just a shot off the lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's a curveball way outside, taken for a ball. It's 1-2. Trying to get Contreras to chase, but that was way outside. Also in the running there, Burns, Fitzpatrick, Hadwin, Naismith, and Wise are all 2 under. 1-2 pitch on the way. Curveball swung on and missed. That one was on the inner part of the plate, and there's one away. Morton's 8th strikeout of the afternoon. Finishing up the scoreboard there, notable names at the United States Open today. Brooks Koepka is even. He shot at 300 today. First pitch by Morton is a fastball outer edge taken for a strike. Is Wisdom back in the game? All right, Wisdom is in the game. It's 0-1. Excuse me. Patrick Wisdom. They'd shown that Higgins had came in, but guess Wiggins is. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that ball is swung on and popped up high and playable. Underneath is Michael Harris, and that's out number 2. Fly ball deep into center field in that high sky. I'm sorry, I was thinking of Schwindel. That was Schwindel that was injured. Had a senior moment there for a second. Mine was playing tricks on me. Charlie Morton, just 50 pitches into the day. That's the big thing, too. He'd really gotten in trouble with the high pitch counts. First pitch is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed curveball. Inner half to Ian Happ. It's 1-1. Dustin Johnson is 1 over for the tournament. He shot 3 over today. Justin Rose, same score. They're both in the clubhouse. The 1-1 pitch is a swinging strike, curveball low. It's 1-2. And DeChambeau, one of the guys from the Live Tour, he is 2 over. 1 over today. And the 1-2 pitch, curveball is going to bounce and plunk Ian Happ. He'll head down to first base. He'll gladly take that. He was about to get rung up. Curveball was kind of inside. We've seen Charlie do this a few times this year where the ball goes into the left-handed batter and it hits the ground and bounces right into him. You wonder why he keeps trying to throw it there, because it seems like he's just waiting to put a runner on base. That'll bring Higgins up. Higgins in for the injured Schwindel. And check swing, first pitch. And it'll be an easy grounder to Olson. He'll grab it, step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. So we'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Ozuna, Duvall, Arcia, all headed to the plate.
Sit sharp. I'm not playing your stupid game.
You can't go cheap on the TP. So I'm going to throw the honorable mention of diapers. You can go to a lesser name brand, and there's a median there. Store brand diapers, garbage. You will have more blowouts and cleanups than you will know what to do with.
Are you willing?
It is not worth saving the dollar.
Are you willing to go to cloth diapers to save money?
No.
Does anybody still do that? What a terrible idea.
Yes. Yes.
Do they?
There are people. Yes.
That's such
and
a
they need
terrible
hug me
idea.
jackets. They have lost their mind. There's no way I would process that thing through my washing
Why would I want?
and then ever wear anything out of it again.
I mean, if someone drizzles on my shoes in the men's room, I'm throwing them out. I don't want a full-blown episode and go, well, we can reuse those. Don't throw them out. Who came up with that idea?
Armchair.
Hey, baseball fans. The Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights this baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
For the first time, to the shock of the baseball community, he paid each player a salary. The highest paid was Harry's brother George, the shortstop, who received a considerable sum of $1,400 a season, 7 times the average working man's wage.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The first pitch is on the way to Ozuna, and he takes a hack but fouls it back behind home plate and into the seats. It's 0-1. Marcell Ozuna walked his first time up, batting .233 with 12 home runs, 26 RBIs. And the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-1. 705 OPS for Ozuna now. 1-1 delivery, kicks and deals, and it's a curveball right there at the knees. Over the plate, it's 1-2. Thompson looks in to Gomes to get the sign. He kicks and deals, and it's a fastball way outside, gets away to the backstop, nobody on, so not a big deal, but it's 2-2. Ball was plenty wide, but to be honest, Gomes didn't give much effort, realizing nobody was on. He just let that go to the backstop. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Nasty cutter on the outer edge. It works almost like a slider. There's one away. Bringing Adam Duvall to the plate. Thompson, 7 strikeouts now on the day. 15 total in this game. Adam Duvall is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second inning. Here's the first pitch, and that ball is fouled back against the screen behind home plate. It's 0-1. It's now 8-3 in Omaha. Oklahoma leads number 5 Texas A&M. And in Major League Baseball, there's one other game going on right now. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and roasted, but just fouled down the left field line. It's 0-2. It's 5-3 Phillies over the Nationals. That game is in the top of the 7th inning. It looks like Philly has runners on the corners and nobody out. The U.S. Open, Colin Morikawa just tied for the lead. He's 4 under. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and miss. Strike 3, another K for Keegan Thompson. Later on tonight in the National League East, Marlins and Mets are at it. Cookie Carrasco will be on the hill for the Mets as the first pitch is on the way to RC. It's called for a strike, outer edge. It's 0-1. The Marlins have yet to name a starter. It was supposed to be Pablo Lopez. 0-1 pitch on the way and swung through and missed, kind of half-hearted swing by Garcia. It's 0-2. He was scheduled to pitch Wednesday, was pulled because of a minor injury. The assumption was that all the different outlets put him to start as the 0-2 pitch is way outside. Cutter taken for a ball. It's 1-2. All the different outlets, ESPN, MLB, etc., they just assumed Lopez was being pushed back to Friday, but the Marlins have not confirmed that. So here's the 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Another cutter taken. Good eye by Arcia, as that one was a lot closer to the plate. Dipped into the dirt. It's now an even count at 2-2. Cubs are playing a shift, but Simmons is just barely right of the second base bag, playing deep. The 2-2 pitch is hit high and deep into right field. Giving chase is Jason Hayward. That ball is down and around the bend and into second is Arcia with a 2-out double. Jason Hayward had to come a long way, tried to go in for a sliding catch, but the ball just touched inside the chalk, bounced up, and there was a fan trying to stick his hands through the netting to get the ball, which popped the ball back to Jason Hayward. Either way, Arcia was going to be safe at second. So I don't know if they considered that a ground rule double or not, because the fan did interfere a bit, but doesn't really matter because he was easily going to make it to second base. Here's Michael Harris 0 for 1 on the day, and first pitch is a fastball outer edge, taking first strike. It's 0-1. Harris swung at the first pitch his last time up, flying out in the third inning. It's good to see him take a pitch here to get a sense of Thompson. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is a cutter, swung on and missed. Strike 2 to the rookie. Michael Harris batting .324 on the year. Stands in on the 0-2 pitch, and it's a fastball high, taken for a ball. It's 1-2. Of course, Harris just came up with Atlanta a few weeks ago, but off to a really good start. Highly touted prospect in the Braves organization. One-two pitch to Harris is low and in the dirt. Good play by Gomes to keep that ball from getting away. That'll even the count at 2-2. Harris comes for high praise. Chipper Jones was quoted last summer as saying Harris is the best hitting prospect he has seen in the Braves organization in quite some time. Here's the 2-2 pitch off the plate, taken for a ball. Good eye. It's 3-2. That is saying a mouthful considering how many young players have come through the Braves organization in recent times. One scout said he's the best hitter to come through since Chipper Jones. 3-2 delivery, fought off and fouled back out of play. Might have chased ball 4 there, but stayed alive. We'll do it again at 3-2. Full count to Michael Harris the second. Standing on deck is another one of those young Braves players that have come through the pipeline here recently, Ronald Acuna Jr. If Harris can keep it going. The 3-2 delivery is swung on and missed, strike 3, just underneath it, and that'll end the inning. Braves fail to score after putting a runner on second. We head to the bottom of 5. Horner, Gomes, and Hayward heading to the plate.
And I gotta tell you, fellas, you have got what appears to be a dynamite sound.
You'll do anything to stay healthy. So isn't it time to think about your water? Aquasana water filters remove contaminants other filters don't, like lead, bacteria, viruses, and pesticides. Up to 99% of 88 contaminants, while leaving vital minerals you need like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Visit waterfilter.com now. That's waterfilter.com for pure, delicious water and the ultimate peace of mind. Aquasana, better water, better you.
But there's a tier level of like college and adult life, and I'm not going back to the college level tier. You can't go, this isn't walking back into my fridge. Not ever happening again.
Well, no,
Ice
but
at that.
But if I'm somewhere Okay, Busch Light I can deal with. Natty Light, no. Natty Light, I don't even feel like it's, I don't know. Natty Ice, definitely not. That's just a headache in a can. But when I say cheap beer, like stuff that's not, the upper echelon, I'm talking about your domestics. I can live on a domestic. I don't have to have the hippest, $15 for a 6-pack beer. I'm fine with.
Oh, definitely. I mean, heck, let's face it. After the first two, they all say the same after that.
Well, yeah, and if you're going to drink all day, I'm not trying to mess around with the double IPAs and porters and stuff like that. Dude, you're about to go to a dark place.
Armchair.
The Red Stockings finished their first season with a record of 65 wins and not a single loss. They also managed to turn a profit for their investors, $1.39. The city that had once prided itself on the stockyards had become the baseball capital of the country, and the Red Stockings spread the gospel from New York to San Francisco, traveling on the just completed Transcontinental Railroad.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. Mac McGee bringing you the action as we are set to head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Nico Horner digs in at the plate, and the first pitch is a curveball right inside, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. That pitch might have been a touch inside, but Charlie Morton's been pretty consistent today. So Roberto Ortiz, the home plate umpire, giving both pitchers the benefit of the doubt, looks like. The 0-1 pitch is a curveball way outside, taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Time to turn back time here on the Armchair Quarterbacks 1 Braves Country Baseball. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that ball is swung on and hit between the 5-6 hole. Dansby tries to make a sliding backhanded stab at it, but the ball gets by. And it's a single to start off the Cubs' 5th. Dansby going for the backhanded slide. Probably could have stopped it diving, but I think he knew if he dove for it, he wasn't going to be able to throw out Horner heading to first base. That'll bring Yan Gomes to the plate. Gomes 0 for 1 on the day. On this date, 1905, Chicago Cubs right-handed pitcher George Washington Zabel came in the bottom of the 1st with 2 away to complete the longest relief stint in Major League Baseball history. In a 19-inning affair, Zabel went 18 1/3 relief. The Cubs would win, beating the Brooklyn Superbas 4-3. The first pitch is swung on and hit to third. Riley's got it. He'll flip it to second, and it's a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play to put 2 outs in the inning. Looked like the sinker. They got Gomes, the slow-footed catcher, to bang into third, and they beat Gomes by a mile going down the first base line. So there's 2 away. Brooklyn's pitcher, by the way, Jeff Pfeffer that day, he pitched 19 innings as well. Of course, back then you didn't get a lot of relief action unless there was an injury. First pitch on the way to Jason Hayward is a ball outside, and it's 1-0. 1-0 pitch from Charlie is a fastball swung on and hit into left field, but easy playable. Duvall's underneath it, and that'll end the inning. So a quick inning number 5 has us scoreless heading to 6. It's 0-0 in Chicago.
You couldn't figure out the World Series for yourself? It's just common sense. Everybody knows you got to keep your worlds apart. George is getting upset.
I'm going to go, and I guess to hone it in, I was going to say chemicals, but cleaning supplies.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
You can go cheap on them. You can buy a store brand. Doesn't clean to your satisfaction.
What
Just
you
add
and
a little more to it.
What you and I have told the American public today is there's certain things that you don't want to go cheap on, but if it comes down to your health or your cleanliness, you're fine with it.
Armchair.
Take the scenic route in the new Hyundai Santa Fe, the family SUV with available H-Track all-wheel drive to help you travel way off the beaten path. Find new adventures together in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Every magnate in the country is indebted to this man, Harry Wright, for the establishment of baseball as a business, and every patron for furnishing him with a systematic recreation. Every player is indebted to him for inaugurating an occupation by which he gains a livelihood, and the country at large for adding one more industry to furnish employment, sporting life.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. Braves and Cubs are scoreless, and we head to the top of the sixth inning with Ronald Acuna Jr. leading off, and he swings at the first pitch, pops it up over to the right side, and making the play is Higgins. Had to fight the sun, and there's one pitch, one away in the Braves sixth. Acuna really bailing out Thompson there, swinging at that first pitch. Thompson's coming into this inning. That is his 82nd pitch of the game. If he can have a quick sixth, he might be back out there for the seventh. On this date in 1950, Ted Williams became the fourth ever player to hit 500 home runs in Major League Baseball history. So he hit a 432-foot bomb against the Cleveland Indians. Boston won 3-1. First pitch is a ball outside, fastball wide to 1-0 to Dansby Swanson. The 1-0 pitch to Dansby is off the plate, same area. This time it's called a strike. I mean, exact same area. It's 1-1. Go figure that one. 1-1 delivery is inside. Curveball missed wide inside. It's 2-1. A little bit of Cubs history here. On this date, 1970, Willie Mays and Ernie Banks both hit home runs. Why is that significant? As the 2-1 pitch is swung on and hit high and deep, going back into left field, but that ball will die on the warning track as the wind will knock it down, and there's 2 away. Swanson gave that a ride, and that thing is in the bullpen in Atlanta. That wind blowing in, it knocked it down. To score today, I think you're going to have to put a string of hits together, excuse me. There's 2 away, and that brings Austin Riley. Let's see if the rake can get one out of the park. The first pitch to Riley is a curveball inside, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. What made that significant of Willie Mays and Ernie Banks hitting those home runs, it became the first time ever that 2 Major League Baseball players with career home run numbers over 500 would homer in the same game. It was Ernie Banks' 504th home run, Willie Mays' 615. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that ball is rifled to the left side, right at third base, and scooping it and grabbing it as Higgins. He'll fire it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Simmons in the top of the order on the way.
Look, you got to get it through your head. Jackie is not coming back to you.
Why?
Because you slept with someone else.
Yeah, like a month ago. God!
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. Mike Mussina is a Hall of Famer that isn't discussed much, even though he was a very good pitcher. On top of being an elite player, he was also very intelligent. He graduated from Stanford with a degree in economics and was almost the valedictorian of his high school. According to some reports, Mussina lowered his grades a little in order to avoid giving a commencement speech.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com, Armchair Quarterbacks 1.
There is no greater optimist in baseball than President Charles Hercules Ebbets of the Brooklyn Club. For 30 years, he's been in baseball. And all that time, he has had confidence in the Brooklyn fan. Through many seasons of losses and disappointments, he has carried the Trolley Dodgers, losing money year after year when those about him lost faith in the game as a paying proposition. But the confidence of Mr. Ebbets has never been shaken. He believed years ago, as he does today, that Brooklyn is a major league city and that it would support a good team. New York Times.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Charlie Morton spinning a gem so far. It's just given up 2 hits. The first pitch is on the way to Simmons, who's 1 for 1 on the day. And it's a fastball inside, bends him out of the way. It's 1-0. Simmons batting 182 on the season. Digs in. Charlie flips and fires, and it's a fastball swung on and hammered to the left side. On it quickly is Riley. Riley guns it over to first, and there's 1 away. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there and granddads. Hope you have a good weekend. Probably enjoy a little Braves baseball and the U.S. Open this Sunday. Hopefully we get a very good final round there at the U.S. Open. Usually is. First pitch from Charlie is a strike to Morrell, fastball right down the pipe, and it's 0-1. They've been getting him to chase on that curveball, and the 0-1 pitch is a curveball way outside. It's 1-1. On this date, 1987, the great Dick Howser finally lost his battle with cancer, and passed away. He was a New York Yankee and Kansas City Royal. The 1-1 delivery is another curveball way outside. It's 2-1. Later that summer, Florida State University would name their baseball stadium after Howser. 1-1 pitch is 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Curveball outside, and it's 2-2. Florida State would name their stadium Dick Howser after the great Royal and Yankee. 2-2 pitch. Fastball just outside. Looked like he hit the zone right there at the knees, but they're going to call it as a ball. It's 3-2. Full count on the way. Curveball swung on and missed, and they got Morrell again on the Uncle Charlie from Uncle Charlie, and there's 2 away. You missed the news earlier. Severino looks to join the Yankees in Toronto. He was put on the COVID protocol list yesterday, but he has tested negative for COVID. He is feeling some symptoms, but they're hoping he can pitch sometime this weekend in Canada. With that move of putting him on the list, remember Ryan Weber pitched for the Braves not too long ago? he was called up by the Yankees. Here's the first pitch to Contreras, and it's a curveball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Charlie Morton at just 70 pitches so far here with 2 outs in the 6th. So you got to figure if he gets out of this inning pretty quickly, he should be set up to go to the 7th. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a fastball in the dirt, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. It's 2-0. Braves nothing, Cubs nothing. The 2-0 pitch is a fastball swung on and hammered into left field. Going back up against the wall is Duvall. He'll play it off the carom, fire it into second. A perfect defensive play by the Gold Glove left fielder to keep Contreras to a single. What a great defensive play by Duvall. He caught the ball off the carom and barehanded it, took one hop and flipped it into second base. Contreras had to slam on the brakes. I think most days that ball gets out of the stadium. Good defensive play by Duvall. Keeps a runner out of scoring position. They're heading to the 8th inning. Philadelphia leads the Nationals 5-3. That's the only other game being played right now in Major League Baseball. First pitch to Wisdom is outside, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Wisdom's 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout, fly out. Wisdom with the high socks digs in, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. 94-mile-an-hour fastball right past Wisdom. It's 1-1. William Contreras was at the top of the steps giving his brother Wilson Contreras, who stands on first next to the Braves dugout, a hard time. They were going back and forth, laughing at each other. Always good to see brothers reunite. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a curveball at the knees. That was right there in the zone, but they'll call it a ball. It's 2-1. So out of nowhere, Ortiz is starting to squeeze the strike zone. Was giving a pretty favorable strike zone to the pitchers earlier, especially since both of them have pitched so well. The 2-1 pitch to Wisdom is a curveball inside, misses for ball number 3. The Cubs got something working here with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Standing on deck is Ian Happ, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, was bailed out by a hit by pitch with 2 strikes. The 3-1 to Wisdom is fastball swung on and popped up high and out of play. Back into the stands behind home plate. And we'll do it again. It's a full count with 2 outs. The runner will be in motion. Charlie has gone to the curveball quite a bit with 2 strikes. We'll see if he does that here. If he stays with something straight. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that ball is swung on and fouled back out of play. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. We'll do it again at 3-2. This is the going on almost the longest inning that Charlie's had to throw so far. He's about to throw 18 pitches. He threw 19 in the 3rd inning. Other than that, it's been pretty economical. The 3-2 delivery from Charlie is inside, and Wisdom bend in to make sure he got hit by the pitch, and he'll head down to first. That one right there didn't really matter because now a lot of times an umpire won't give you the benefit of the doubt when you lean into a pitch like that, but that ball was out of the zone. It would have been ball 4 anyways. But if that would have been ball 1, ball 2, etc., I think you would have gotten an argument from the dugout from Atlanta. because he leaned his left leg, his front leg, into that pitch with it being a curveball. He wanted to make sure he got hit by it. So that'll bring Happ to the plate with the runner in scoring position. The first pitch is swung on and missed. Curveball right over the plate. That's 0-1. Charlie Morton trying to get out of a jam here. He's pitched a pretty good game so far. Happ hit by a pitch last time up. The 0-1 is a curveball in the dirt. He dances out of the way. Surprised he didn't stick his leg out again, and it's 1-1. Ian Happ, 0 for 1 on the day. PJ Higgins stands on deck. He's in for the injured Schwindel. 1-1 delivery from Charlie is swung on and hit to the third base side. Riley's got it, and the rake will stand on third to hit the force play, and that'll end the inning. So Charlie is through 6 with a shutout on both sides. It's 0-0 going to the top of the 7th.
If you were a bird, where would you fly? I'd fly to my favorite place, the DMV.
I was just going to say that.
Glad we haven't heard a peep out of you.
If I was a bird, I'd fly into a ceiling fan.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. Michael Conforto's mother is an Olympic gold medalist. Tracy Ruiz Conforto was a synchronized swimmer in the 80s and won 2 gold medals in the Olympics along with a silver medal. Tracy was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 1993, the same year that Michael Conforto was born.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com, Armchair Quarterbacks 1.
Over the years, Brooklyn would be represented by many teams with many names. The Atlantics and Excelsiors, the Bridegrooms, Bushwicks and Superbas, the Tip Tops, after the baker of Tip Top bread who owned them for a time, the Robins, after their manager Wilbert Robinson, the Trolley Dodgers, and finally, just the Dodgers.
The story of the Brooklyn Dodgers is the story of one of the 5 boroughs in New York. Brooklyn was an independent city to itself until 1898. It was one of the great cities. It was a city with a population bigger than Chicago. But because of the subway, because of the bridges, because of the water and electric facilities, the state forced Brooklyn into the city of New York in 1898. And Brooklyn didn't want to be in the city of New York. New York had the tall buildings and this, that, and the other, and the railroad stations and Broadway. Brooklyn was just well, they call it the bedroom of New York. But the one thing that they had in Brooklyn was a baseball club called the Dodgers. And the whole borough of Brooklyn centered its love and attention on the Dodgers and used the Dodgers against the tall buildings of Manhattan.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Top of the 7th, Olson stands in and takes the first pitch wide for a ball from Keegan Thompson. It's 1-0. Fastball missed way outside. Thompson's 90th pitch of the day is a changeup in the dirt. It's now 2-0. Olson, Darnode, and Ozuna all set to come to the plate here in the 7th. Olson is 0 for 2 on the day. And the 2-0 delivery is a fastball high. It's now 3-0. Maybe the Braves have finally cracked some armor here in Thompson. He may be getting to the end of his string at 92 pitches. The 92nd is ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to start the 7th inning. The Braves got something cooking in Chicago. Thompson will now face Travis Darnode. Darnode, he's looking to get onto the docket. He's 0 for 2 for the day. It's birthday time in the world of sports and elsewhere. Your baseball birthdays, happy 23rd birthday to Shane Baz. He's actually starting today for the Rays. The Cubs are going to go to the bullpen. So we'll take a quick break with them. When we come back, we'll do birthdays. The Braves and Cubs tied at 0 apiece.
Gas prices are so high that I just saw Dolly Parton carpooling with Jolene.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. At Fenway Park, which is the home of the Boston Red Sox, there is a lone red seat in the right field bleachers. The seat signifies the longest home run ever hit in the ballpark. The home run was hit by Ted Williams in 1946 and was officially measured at 502 feet.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com, Armchair Quarterbacks 1.
I've made more money than I ever expected to, but I'm putting all of it and more too into the new plant for the Brooklyn fans. Of course, it's one thing to have a fine ball club and win a pennant, but to my mind, there's something more important than that about a ball club. I believe the fans should be taken care of. A club should provide a suitable home for its patrons. This home should be in a location that's healthy, it should be safe, and it should be convenient. Charles Hercules Ebbets.
My father used to talk about the building of Ebbets Field. He was 11 years old when they started building Ebbets Field, and he somehow remembered what the hopes were for that whole area of Brooklyn, because he lived right near there, that they would have their own stadium nearby. And he said he used to go by every day and watch another piece of it being put together. So when he first took me there, it was like showing me something that was part of his own history, not just a stadium somewhere else.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. Michael Givens comes into the game, the right-hander, 25 appearances, 24 innings, 4.38 ERA, 13 walks, and 32 strikeouts. And he'll face Travis d'Arnaud. The first pitch is flipped in there for a strike, 86-mile-an-hour slider, and it's 0-1. Givens has been reported to be on the trade block. There was Cubs, of course, are out of the playoff hunt right now. If they were to get back in, things would change. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and inside for a ball, it's 1-1. We'll do more trade talk here in a second. Want to get to the birthdays. Yasiel Kikuchi from the Toronto Blue Jays, he's 31 today. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's off the plate, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's now 2-1. Matt Barnes of the Red Sox is 32. And remember Dave Concepcion, 74 years old today, 9-time All-Star, 2-time World Series winner. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that ball is swung on and banged over to short and over to second. Will be flipped to Simmons. They'll get Olsen on the force at second, but d'Arnaud will be safe and take his place at first. Slow developing double play. Those are the two guys that have anyone in the lineup that's most likely to get in the double play, two of our slowest runners. But it was a slow moving play, high hopper. They could only get one. That'll bring Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna is 0 for 1 with the walk in the second. Dave Concepcion, 74 years old, from the Cincinnati Reds. He was on the Big Red Machine, 9-time All-Star. As the first pitch is swung on and missed, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, it's 0-1. He won 2 World Series, 5 Gold Gloves, 2 Silver Sluggers, and is in the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. The 0-1 pitch to Ozuna as Givens kicks and deals, and it's a fastball at the knees. It's 0-2. Venus Williams, 7-time Grand Slam winner, is 42 years old today. Remember Popeye Jones from the NBA, Mavericks and Celtics and several other teams? He's 52. The 0-2 pitch is inside, 95 mile an hour, bends Ozuna out of the box, and it's 1-2. Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver Fred Barnett, if you remember him, he is 56 years old today. And Barry Manilow is 79. And that's your birthdays. The 1-2 pitch swung on and hit high and deep into center field, going back, and underneath it is Marmol. He'll get it right before the warning track, and there's 2 away. Ozuna gave it a ride. That wind once again knocked it down. Several balls out there have been knocked down by that wind. You'd have a much higher scoring game if it wasn't for that. That'll bring Adam Duvall to the plate. Duvall's 0 for 2. Speaking of that trade conversation, some of the guys that are going to be on the trade list, the 3 biggest names right now would be Luis Castillo, the starting pitcher for the Reds. Wilson Contreras from the Cubs is the first pitch to Duvall is low and in the dirt for 1-0. And Frankie Montas, the right-hander out in Oakland. Those are the 3 biggest names that right now are on the trade block. Of course, a lot of this could change if certain teams fall out of the race. The other ones to keep an eye on as they flip it over to first to keep the runner close. Nelson Cruz from the Nationals, Trey Mancini of the Baltimore Orioles, David Peralta of Arizona. An interesting one. These are some of the trade options that the Braves may make as they throw back over to d'Arnaud, and it's in the dirt. They came close to getting d'Arnaud that time. Don't know what he's doing leading off that far. He's not a threat to steal. Getting picked off would be the worst case scenario. Braves will probably be looking for infield help, some depth, if nothing else, until Ozzie gets back. Some of the names out there you can keep an eye on. Charlie Culberson from Texas, as the 1-0 pitch is missed inside, taken for a ball, it's 2-0. Brandon Drury of the Cincinnati Reds, he kind of plays all over, along with Jed Lowry out in Oakland. He plays all over the infield. And Jonathan Villar of the Cubs, D. Strange Gordon is another one. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That ball is swung on and hammered foul out of play. It's 2-1. Every team's always looking for arms. Some of your bigger starting pitchers that'll be out there on the block: Tyler Mahle, Chad Kuhl, and Jose Quintana. They've all had pretty good years. And as far as the relief pitchers, you mentioned Givens. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's off the plate, 95 miles an hour, taken for a ball. It's now 3-1. Alex Colome, we just saw him recently out in Colorado. He's a pretty good right-handed pitcher. Cishek, just saw him the other night. Michael Fulmer of the Tigers. Chris Martin. David Robertson of the Cubs. Sergio Romo, and the 3-1 pitch is a slider swung on and missed down below the knees, and it's a full count at 3-2. So you got a 3-2 count. So the runner will be on the go here with 2 away. Willie Peralta and Ian Kennedy are 2 others to keep an eye on that could be on the move. Trading deadline this year is first couple of days of August. It's either August 2nd or 3rd. They moved it so it wouldn't fall on the weekend. So it's that Tuesday. It's that first Tuesday in August. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way in, swung on and hammered foul. d'Arnaud got a really good jump. We'll do it again at 3-2. Braves nothing, Cubs nothing in a Friday afternoon tilt. Top of the 7th inning. Moving along pretty fast because of the low scoring game. This game started at 2:20. So we're just under 2 hours and already in the top of the 7th. The 3-2 delivery from Givens is way outside, ball 4. That'll send Darno down to second. Duvall will take the free pass. And Orlando Arcia, who's been the man of the hour the last couple of games, he will come to the plate. Atlanta trying to get on the board. They're going to have a powwow at the mound. The whole infield's coming out as the Cubs pitching coach going over strategy on how they want to face Arcia. Standing on deck is Michael Harris, so you kind of have to pick your poison here. Arcia is hitting .467 in the last 10 games, but it's not like you want to put another runner on to face Michael Harris. They do have action warming up in the bullpen. It is Chris Martin. Here's the first pitch on the way to Arcia, and it's an inside strike taken all the way by Arcia. It's 0-1. Givens looks in and swivels and deals, and that ball is hit foul down the third base line. Arcia kind of bailing out on that one, and it's 0-2. I don't think he's picking up Givens very well. The herky-jerky motion that Givens has as he goes to the plate. Arcia's lead foot was stepping towards the third base dugout. He barely got a piece of that. So 0-2 count, 2 away, and swung on and missed strike 3, and Arcia had no chance in that at bat. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch. It's 0-0 in Chicago.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. Out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, stretch around and be home all game. Buy me the peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's
Welcome back here, Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves, Chicago Cubs in a pitcher's duel today. It's 0-0 across the board. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Chicago Cubs. They are going to send Charlie Morton back out to the hill. He's only 82 pitches into the game, but kind of struggled a little bit there in the bottom of the 6th. Little surprising, but we'll see how it works out. The first pitch on the way from Charlie is a curveball at the knees, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. PJ Higgins is batting .289 on the year with 2 home runs, and the 0-1 pitch is a fastball taken for a strike. It's 0-2. Higgins in the game because of the injured Schwindel. He came out early in the game after his first at bat. Looked like he pulled his hamstring going down the first base line. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that ball is swung on and hit high into the sky into right field. Fighting the sun is Acuna. He's underneath it for out number 1. Acuna barely had to move, if at all. He was right there in his tracks. There's 1 away for Nico Horner. Horner's 1 for 2 on the day. righty-righty matchup is number 50, Charlie Morton. Lifts the gloves, kicks and deals, and it is a sinker, misses inside for a ball to Horner. It's 1-0. Horner, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs at a 700 OPS on the year. The 1-0 delivery is at the knees, sinker. They're going to call that a ball. It's now 2-0. Looked like it hit the zone. 2-0 pitch. And at the knees, this time it is called for a strike. 2-1. Pretty good rivalry. St. Louis and Boston getting underway tonight. The 2-1 pitch is a curveball, swung on and missed. Outer edge, it's 2-2. Of course, that's a rematch of the 2004 and 2013 World Series. The Red Sox bested them both times. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back against the screen. We'll do it again at 2-2. Morikawa and Lingmerth are leading the U.S. Open. Both are 11 and 12 holes in, respectively. 2-2 pitch on the way. Curveball way outside, taken for a ball. It's now 3-2. Charlie Morton trying to get Horner to chase that curveball. 3-2 pitch is swung on and hammered foul just inside the third base line. We'll do it again at 3-2. One of the most unathletic looking ball boys chasing the ball into the outfield. I don't know how he got that job. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that ball's hammered over to Riley. Riley's got it. He backhands it. He fires it over to first. And there's 2 away in the Chicago 7th. Braves nothing, Cubs nothing. Good friendly rivalry, the battle of the superstations. Remember back in the day when the Cubs and Braves both would come on the superstations? TBS for Atlanta and WGN for the Cubs. Those days are long gone, but I know a lot of folks miss that. It's what I grew up on. These are the 2 teams I saw the most of in my childhood. Here's the first pitch on the way, and that ball is hammered by Gomes to the left side. Dansby's got it. He flips it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down, a clean inning by Charlie Morton. Got to give this man a standing ovation. One hell of an outing. We head to the top of the 8th. It's scoreless in Chicago.
1971, that was my first year on the job. Bad year for libraries. Hippies burning library cards. Abby Huffman telling everybody to steal books. I don't judge a man by the length of his hair or the kind of music he listens to. Rock was never my bag, but you put on a pair of shoes when you walk into the New York Public Library, fella. Sure, go ahead, laugh if you want to. I've seen your type before. Flashy, making the scene. I got a flash for you, Joy Boy. Party time is over.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com, Armchair Quarterbacks 1.
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. If you ever want to break into Randy Johnson's house, you might want to think again. When being interviewed about gun violence in 1995, Johnson was quoted as saying, "I don't own a gun, but I keep a bag of baseballs near our bed. If someone breaks in, they better be wearing a batting helmet because I'm going to throw at their head."
Ebbets spent $750,000 to build his park with its marble rotunda and chandeliers made in the form of bats and balls. So much that he had to sell half his interest in the team to pay his debts. Ebbets Field opened to the public on April 5th, 1913, with an exhibition game against the Highlanders, who officially changed their name that spring to the New York Yankees. Brooklyn won 3-2. An inside the park home run by a young former dental student named Casey Stengel made the difference. Over the next 45 summers, Ebbets Field would witness some of the worst baseball ever played and some of the very best.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves and Chicago Cubs are knotted up at 0, heading to the bottom of the 8th. Michael Harris II will be leading off tonight, leading off the top of the 8th inning with Acuna and Dansby Swanson on the way. If anything gets going, Riley and Olsen to follow. Good chance for Atlanta to try to make a dent here. They're going to face their old teammate, Chris Martin. Chris Martin signed with the Cubs in the offseason. He steps in, and the right-hander kicks and deals the first pitch. It's a fastball outside, 95 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Martin's got a 5.09 ERA through 17 innings, 20 appearances, 22 strikeouts, and 4 walks. The 1-0 delivery to Harris is low, taken for a ball. Looked like the cutter that just really almost worked like a sinker, and it's 2-0. Harris is 0 for 2 on the day. The 2-0 pitch to Michael is a fastball swung on, but fouled back out of play. It's 2-1. Michael Harris, 2 home runs now on the young season for him. The Atlanta native finally getting his shot in the big show. Next game here on Braves Country Baseball will be Tuesday night against the San Francisco Giants. Please like and subscribe. The 2-1 pitch, 96 miles an hour, fouled back out of play. And we'll do it again. It's now 2-2. AJ Minter is warming up in the bullpen. Josh, the answer is always pull for the Braves. Braves and Cubs scoreless. Top of the 8th inning. Braves going for the 15th win in a row. Here's the 2-2 pitch and swung on and just got a piece of it. Fouled it back against the screen. We'll do it again at 2-2. Looks like that's going to be it for Charlie Morton. 93 pitches on the day. Charlie Morton had 9 strikeouts. Here's the 2-2 pitch inside, taken for a ball. It's now 3-2. Harris trying to get aboard any way he can to light the fire with Acuna and Swanson coming to the plate. Charlie Morton, 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, 9 strikeouts, probably his best outing of the year. Here's the 3-2 pitch and just got a piece of it, banged it foul off home plate. And we'll do it again with a full count to Michael Harris II. Still 5-3 in Washington. Phillies lead the Nationals. Game 1 of a doubleheader. The 3-2 pitch to Michael Harris. Martin kicks and deals and hits a pop-up high down the left field line. Giving chase is the left fielder. He will make the catch. Good play by Ian Happus. He had to fight the screening there and the sun, and there's one away. That ball boy that I was referring to earlier, he had to get out of the way as it was heading straight for where he sits with the fold-up chair. Just inside the stands, right there where the concrete meets the grass. Where's Bartman when you need him to reach out there and interfere with that? So that'll bring Acuna to the plate. Acuna 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch is a fastball right by him, 96 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Ronald Acuna Jr. digs in. The 0-1 pitch is swung on, slider, fouled back, and we'll do it again. It's now 0-2. Dansby Swanson standing on deck. A bright sunny day here in Chicago, Illinois. The Braves and Cubs have failed to score. Chris Martin gets the sign. He kicks and deals, and it's a fastball just wide of the plate, 96 miles an hour. It's 1-2. Chris Martin with his 12th pitch of the game on the way, and it is a changeup inside, taken for a ball. It's now 2-2. A 2-2 count to Ronald Acuna Jr. Can anyone crack the scoreboard here for Atlanta? Delivery is swung on and fouled back, fastball. We'll start it up once again at 2-2. Mets and Marlins get going at 7:05 Eastern tonight. Try to get an update there and see if they have actually named a starting pitcher for Miami. As Lopez, some question on whether or not he will actually pitch today. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on and hit high and deep into center field. Fighting the sun is Marmol. He's underneath it for out number 2. Acuna kind of flips his hands in the air. That wind is knocking everything down. I think that ball's out of most stadiums. That ball's out of Chicago if the sun isn't beating it fast. If the wind isn't beating it down. And it looks like that Pablo Lopez will pitch tonight for the Miami Marlins. It looks like they have finally announced it. So that'll bring Dansby Swanson to the plate. Dansby Swanson, 0 for 3. He's 0 for like a lot of people are. Chris Martin kicks and deals the first pitch. Dansby swings and hits it on the ground right over to short, and that'll be an easy out as they flip it over to first. That'll end the inning. Jason Hayward, Andrelton Simmons, and the top of the order are headed to the plate for the Chicago Cubs.
All the crazy baseball stats that we see like on a daily basis, this one right here has to take the cake. It's definitely one of those like, do we live in a simulation? Because history has just oddly repeated itself. Look at this. Through 403 career games, Vlad Guerrero Sr. had 87 home runs and an on-base percentage of 363. Okay, now Vlad Guerrero Jr. through the same 403 career games, 87 home runs, and an on-base percentage of 363. What the heck? The games, the home runs, that's one thing. But the on-base percentage, like down to the third decimal point, that is mind-blowing.
Armchair.
Today we're going to talk about crazy stats. Hank Aaron wore number 44 in 20 of his 21 seasons with the Braves. In the first season after his death, the Braves won 44 games before the All-Star break, 44 games after the All-Star break, and then won the World Series in the 44th week of the year.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com, Armchair Quarterbacks 1.
Why is baseball, you ask? Because it is like charity. It never faileth. It is always there, except on wet grounds. And to the man who is too old to keep up with the attempt to civilize football, and too young to need so soothing a sedative as golf, who works hard when he works, who wants to rest hard when he rests, who wants a drama that is as full of surprises for the actors as it is for the audience, who wants a race that cannot be fixed like a horse race, who is so genuine and American that he wants something to kick about without meaning it, and something to yell about that everyone around him will think more of him for yelling about. To that man, baseball is the one great lifesaver in the good old summertime.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. Braves and Cubs scoreless. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, Jason Hayward, Andrelton Simmons, Christopher Morel are on the way. Real quick update in Washington. The Nationals are threatening. They're down 2 in the bottom of the 9th. They have runners on first and second and 1 away. It looks like that it's Brad Hand on for the Philadelphia Phillies. AJ Minter comes into the game for your Atlanta Braves. The left-hander's got an 0.98 ERA, 4 walks, 36 strikeouts through 27 innings. Lefty-righty matchup. So it looks like there has been a pinch hitter brought in for Jason Hayward. The first pitch is a fastball outer part of the plate, and it's 1-0. Jonathan Villar's coming off the bench to bat for Hayward. Switch hitter is going to bat righty versus the left-handed Minter. 1-0 pitch to Jonathan Villar, and fastball at the knees. That was in the zone, but Blue missed it. It's 2-0. That was right there on the plate and at the knees. Might have been the way Darno caught it. He caught it kind of underhanded. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Minter, and fastball swung on and fouled back against the screen. It's now 2-1. Game 1 of a 3-game series. We'll be back 7:20 Eastern Tuesday evening. Braves and Giants in Atlanta. And then next Friday night, I think we're all looking forward to this. Freddie Freeman and the LA Dodgers come to Atlanta. The 2-1 pitches swung on and fastball just got a piece of it, knocked it back up against the screen. We'll do it again at 2-2. Oklahoma all over Texas. It's 12-4 in the first game of the College World Series. I said Texas. It's Texas A&M. Of course, that's a double elimination tournament, round robin until you get to the finals, and then it's a best of 3 once again. Here's the 2-2 pitch for Minter, and it's a slider, missed low, taken for a ball. Good eye by Villar. It's now a full count at 3-2. Villar batting .218 on the year. It's Minter. Kicks and deals. Fastball fouled back 97 miles an hour on the outer edge. We'll do it again at 3-2. The Nationals are down to their last out, still trailing 5-3, but the tying run is on second. They got runners on second and third with 2 away. Keep you updated on that. Villar versus Minter. Minter looking in to Darno, he lifts his leg and lets it go, and it's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball fouled back out of play. We'll do it again at 3-2. Getting set for the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Minter, probably the most consistent Braves pitcher in the bullpen, most dominant this year. Looking to hold the Cubs at 0. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and he misses well inside. It's a cutter in the dirt, and that'll walk the leadoff man to start the Cubs' 8th. Checking that scoreboard one more time. Philly still leads at 5-3. Minter will now face Angelton Simmons. Simmons 1 for 2 on the day, righty-lefty matchup. And Minter kicks and deals, and it's a fastball outer edge, called for a strike. Simmons showed bunt, but pulled his bat back very quickly. It's 0-1. Minter's got to be a hard one to bunt because he throws everything so hard. You'd be trying to catch him with that cutter. That cutter kind of goes down anyways. It's got to be a difficult one to bunt. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Minter. And Simmons was showing to bunt again, but they're going to flip it over to first to keep the Villar close by. We'll do it again at 0-1. Braves come into the game 4.5 games behind the Mets in the National League East, making up 6 games in the last couple of weeks during this 14-game winning streak. The 0-1 pitch on the way, and that ball is bunted, gets down. Riley gets it. He flips it over to first. Good bunt by Simmons, and it puts the go-ahead run in scoring position with 1 away for the top of the order of the Chicago Cubs. Nice bunt by Simmons. Kind of a lost art nowadays, getting guys you can drop a bunt down and move a batter over. Riley beat Simmons by a mile on that throw. So he was kind of slowly jogging down the first base line. He did his job to get the runner over. That'll bring Christopher Morel to the plate. Morel 0 for 3, but batting .276 on the year. Sure, he's glad to see anybody with Charlie Morton. He had a hard time with that curveball. The first pitch on the way is swung on and missed. That cutter was a little inside. He could not connect. It's 0-1. Morel has 8 RBIs with runners in scoring position this year, batting .158. Minter looks over his shoulder to get the runner back to second. He'll step off the rubber as Villar heads back over to second base, jawing back and forth with Arcia. Cardinals have placed Yadier Molina on the injured list. 15-day IL. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and ball got away, but the runner stays put. It's 0-2. Braves have gone cutter in, the first 2 to Morel. We'll see where they go with the third pitch to try to put them away. Standing on deck, Cubs' best hitter, Wilson Contreras, excuse me. Keep doing that. Keep thinking of William, the Braves. The 0-2 delivery, and Minter swivels around and looks towards second, does not throw. But he'll reset again at 0-2. Jonathan Villar with good speed, not great speed, with good speed standing on second. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt inside, and it's taken for a ball one. And on that pitch, as the ball kind of kicked into the dirt, Villar scampered over to third. He was going, and Darnold had no chance of getting Villar. Had he thrown it to third, Villar actually went over third base, knocked out Riley. I don't think it was intentional, but he knocked Riley off his feet. He came off the bag. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's a fastball high, taken for a ball. It's now 2-2. Runners, the tying run is now 90 feet away with one away. And the Braves have brought the infield in, and they've got them on a shift. It's going to be really difficult to make a play here. The 2-2 delivery swung on and popped high into center field. Underneath it is Harris. Harris charges. He fires it into the plate and safe. Villar head first slide. It was a decent throw, but to the right of Darnold. So Darnold had to backhand it and then make the swipe. If that throw is on line, he would have been meat. But Villar was just underneath the tag, and the Cubs lead at 1-0. Cubs fans coming to their feet, hoping to, with not much else to pull for in 2022, they're hoping to end the Braves' 15-game win streak. Good hustle on the play by Villar. The Braves now trail by 1. Coming to the plate is Contreras. Contreras is 1 for 3 on the day. By the way, it is a final. Philadelphia does win 5-3. And the first pitch from Minter to Contreras is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, fouled back into the seats. It's 0-1. Cubs 1, Braves nothing. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The heart of the Braves order will be up here in the 9th inning. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-2. Good old-fashioned get them on, get them over, get them in baseball by the Cubs. As Villar got on, Simmons got him over with the bunt. Then he stole third and then scored on a sac fly. So all that being done without a base hit, the 0-2 pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-2. Braves trail by 1. Good outing by Charlie Morton. May go by the wayside. And the 0-2 pitch is hammered, foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. One more time at 0-2. AJ Minter was about to throw the 20th pitch of the inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Contreras, and way outside, it's 1-2. Riley, Olson, and Darnold are due up in the Braves' 9th inning. So the heart of the order, if anything gets going, you'll get Ozuna, you'll get Duvall. So it ain't over yet. But Mentor would like to keep this to a 1-run game. It's an 8-run game in Omaha as Oklahoma leads number 5 A&M 12-4. The 1-2 pitch on the way, way outside. Changeup taken for a ball. It's 2-2. Two delivery from Mentor as he looks in to Darnold, who is set up on the inner part of the plate. Here's the fastball swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Chicago Cubs score the first run of the game, and they take a 1-0 lead, the heart of the order for the Atlanta Braves in the 9th inning on the way.
Isn't that just like a wop? Brings a knife to a gunfight.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. We cover Braves baseball, Red Sox, Yankees, Rays, Cubs and Cardinals, and the rest of Major League Baseball every day. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
We live in a world now that welcomes and nurtures the screwball in all of us. Hey, it's a new decade, people. Time to get a little nutty. Treat yourself to Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey, a smooth flavor that combines 2 of America's favorites, peanut butter and American whiskey. So no more social awkwardness. Time to embrace who you truly are. Get out there and make friends. And be sure it starts with Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. It's available nearly everywhere. Learn more at screwballwhiskey.com. Infidium Spirits. Please enjoy responsibly.
Cause he's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man.
My number 3 that I can't go cheap on, cereal.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of kinds that you can do, but if you're talking about, like, don't ever try to do the generic Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like soggy before you even pour the milk on it.
It's before you even open the bag. It's soggy. You're like, how'd that happen? It came with its own liquid.
Armchair.
Baseball has fallen. Yes, the national game has become degraded. At certain match games, large amounts of money changed hands among the spectators. A noted New York club is said to have sold the results of a match. Barked chins and broken fingers may be easily mended, but a disfigured reputation may never be entirely repaired. Once more, abandon the bat, boys, if you cannot keep the game pure.
All right, last time up for the Atlanta Braves, unless they can tie this. We're heading to the top of the 9th inning. The Braves trail just 1-0. Haven't got a lot going on in the offensive department today, just 2 hits. Some of that, I would say, has to do with the wind blowing in. It's still blowing in from center field. The first pitch on the way is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from David Robertson to Austin Riley. It's 0-1. You got that wind blowing in like that, these pitchers can just put it over the plate, not having much fear. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's off the plate. Fastball taken for a ball. It's now 1-1. Cubs 1, Braves nothing. Braves on a 14-game winning streak have vaulted into the playoff picture in the National League. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and miss. It's 1-2. If the Braves do drop this, they'll drop to 5 games behind the Mets. They will still be all by themselves in second place in the wild card standings. If San Fran were to win tonight, they would be a game and a half, and the 1-2 delivery is swung on and missed, strike 3, cutter, outer edge, and there's one away. That'll bring the Ice House to the box. Matt Olson's 0 for 2 on the day, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs. Kyle Wright takes the mound for the Atlanta Braves tomorrow. Here's the first pitch, and it is inside and in the dirt, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Both teams have hit a couple of, I'd say a total of about 5 or 6 balls that have really been tattooed, but the wind has knocked it down. The 1-0 pitch on the way. It's a fastball way off the plate, taken for a ball. It's now 2-0. A 2-0 pitch from Robertson to Olson is swung on and missed. Strike one, 2-1 count now on Matt Olson. Former Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam is set to buy the Predators of the National Hockey League. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's a curveball inside and fouled back out of play. We'll do it again. It's now 2-2. Standing on deck is Travis d'Arnaud. If the wind was blowing out, you'd almost want to pinch hit William Contreras for him. That wind, looked it up early. It's a 25-mile-an-hour wind coming in from center field. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is a wide for a ball, ball 3. What you could do if Olson got on, you could pinch run for Olson. Olson, one of the slowest runners we have. And then Phil Gosselin, who's on the bench, could play first. Here's the 3-2 pitch, way outside, ball 4. So the Braves have the tying run on with Travis d'Arnaud coming to the plate. Good eye by Olson. He's probably the best there is on the team as far as working counts and getting deep into counts. He fights his way on to first base. Travis d'Arnaud, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Digs into the plate. They are going to leave Olson on first. I'm a little surprised by that. Here's the first pitch, and it's inside and hits d'Arnaud. He bends down and he's grabbing his left elbow. Is he okay? He's not showing much pain, but man, he is wincing. He does not wear a sleeve like a lot of guys do there on the left. Hit it, I mean, right on the top of the elbow on the left arm. He's most likely going to have the day off anyways, with Contreras planning to be on the plate tomorrow. But my word, they are going to pinch run for him. So no word on whether or not he's hurt. I think he's okay. He doesn't look like he's, I think this is just to get Heredia on the base paths as opposed to d'Arnaud. And obviously at that point you would have Contreras come into play behind the plate. Here's the first pitch to Ozuna. Ozuna pops it up high in the sky into right field. And that's an easy out, number 2. Ozuna, first pitch swinging. And there's 2 away. The Braves are down to their final out. Would have liked to have seen Ozuna take a couple of pitches there. I think he was trying to ambush the ball, but has that circular swing. And if he doesn't hit it just right, he's going to pop it up. That brings David Duval to the plate. David Duval, the last chance for the Atlanta Braves to extend to a 15-game winning streak. If they do not do it, what a ride it's been. What an incredible way to get back into the top of the wild card standings, to be within striking distance of the Mets. And the Mets don't have an easy road this weekend. They're playing the Marlins. Marlins always play them tough. The first pitch to Duval is off the plate, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Pablo Lopez, if you missed the news a second ago, He will pitch tonight for the Marlins. The Marlins just lost the series to Philly, so you know they're going to be giving it their all. That game starts at 7:05 Eastern. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's in the dirt. Taken for a ball, and it's 2-0. Two-0 count to Adam Duvall. Standing on deck, if Duvall can keep it going, would be Arcia. The 2-0 delivery from Robertson. Fastball swung on and fouled it back out of play. We'll do it again at 2-1. It's a standing room only of those who did go to the game in Chicago. Doesn't look like a particularly big crowd for the Cubs, but that's to be expected with the year they've had. You got a 2-1 count to Duvall. Runners on first and second with 2 away. The pitch swung on and hammered foul down the third base line. We'll do it one more time at 2-2. Braves down to their final strike on a 14-game winning streak. So deuces are wild. You got 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count to Adam Duvall. He's 0 for 2 on the day. The Braves trail by 1. Here's the 2-2 delivery and fastball high, taken for a ball. Good eye by Duvall just above the zone, and it's 3-2. So that'll put the runners into motion. You'll get runners on first and second running on the plate. Heredia is the trail runner, and he's got wheels. The Braves down by 1, a full count in the top of the 9th inning. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and it's just below the knees. Ball 4. The bases are juiced for Orlando Arcia. Here comes the pitching coach from the Chicago Cubs to talk to Robertson. The bases are loaded now. So many ways to score to tie this game, but there are 2 out. Ottavy, the pitching coach, is out there with the entire infield. Orlando Arcia, the man of the hour, he's 1 for 3 on the day. He did hit a double in the 5th. It was a seeing eye double, but nonetheless, could he be once again another in a long line of Braves heroes over these last 2 weeks plus, as the Braves are trying to extend a 14-game winning streak? And to set the scene, the Cubs are playing Arcia to pull. So there's a huge gap on the right side. Here's the first pitch, and it swung on and fouled back out of play. Fastball into the stands. It's 0-1. Orlando Arcia, last time up, is having a hard time picking up Givens, who had that herky-jerky motion. Got him swinging on some outside stuff. So you got to wonder if they're going to try to put some kind of a chaser outside. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That ball's hammered to the right side, but right at the first baseman. And the one spot you couldn't put it on the right side is going to end the game, as the first baseman, PJ Higgins, will step on the bag and end the Braves' 14-game winning streak. What a game. What a nail biter. And the Atlanta Braves lose for the first time in the month of June. The Braves go down 1-0, but what a great pitching performance by not only Charlie Morton of the Braves. Charlie Morton had himself a game. Charlie Morton, if you're just joining us, 7 innings, 9 strikeouts. AJ Minter came in and he walked the first batter he saw, and the Cubs got him around without getting a base hit. So good old-fashioned baseball by the Cubs gets them the 1 run. You got to put this on the Braves offense. I wouldn't even put this on Minter. Minter gives up a run for the first time in quite a while, but if you don't score any runs, you can't expect to win. Good game by the Cubs. We'll be back Tuesday night. The Atlanta Braves lose at 1-0. Tuesday night, we welcome the San Francisco Giants. We'll play the Dodgers next Friday. And looking at the schedule, planning on next Thursday afternoon, Giants and Braves is a 12:20 telecast. Planning on doing that one as well. So we'll have 3 games next week for Braves Country Baseball. So have a good weekend, y'all. The Braves lose a tough one, but 14-1 on your last 15 ain't too bad. The Braves lose to the Cubs 1-0, but are still atop the wild card standings. Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves Baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves Baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2 with but one inning more to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pale-like silence fell upon patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn proceeded, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more, there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley. It rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eyes. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once the dun sphere flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said strike two. Fraud, cried the maddened thousands, and echo answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Though somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light, and somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.
Goodbye, sweetheart, where it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks on these CBS Sports affiliates and catching the show on YouTube Live. The Armchair Quarterbacks bring you Braves Country Baseball every Tuesday and Friday night, play-by-play with Mac McGee. Find Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live today. Please subscribe and share and take us everywhere you go. The Armchair Quarterbacks, your first choice for Southern sports talk, live from the First Coast.
Get